Buffalo clouds were swift. Buffalo clouds were swift.
Where'd all the time go? It's starting to fly. See how the hands go, waving goodbye. No, I get so forgetful when I look in your eyes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Sam Perillo, and I'm this year's band president.
And I'm Alexa Carney, and I'm this year's vice president.
Yay! Let's hear it, yes. Perfect. And we are here and so excited to formally welcome you to our final band concert. Yeah! Yes! Amazing. So, before we get started, I just want to talk a little bit about what we had happening here. So, this was our trumpet ensemble. It is one of our 3 founding chamber ensembles here at Harriman High School, which is a new program that we have tried out. Small groups, we work on music as a section or as different individuals. And yeah, we decided to perform. That was Bugler's Holiday by Leroy Anderson. It is a very difficult piece, so yeah, I want to hear another round of applause from these trumpet players because it really is. before we get started with our concert symphonic band, Alexa has some rules.
Oh, rules. Just kidding. So we ask that if you do have to leave in the middle of any time during the performance, that you leave in between pieces so we're not disruptive to any of the people performing. And we also ask that you silence all your phones and annoying children. Just kidding. But yeah, those are really our two little rules. So yeah.
And just around the auditorium, if you look to your left and you look to your right, you might see a QR code. Those QR codes are band senior QR codes. So if you have free time and you like to scan those QR codes and write a little note to one of our band seniors or our band council members, yeah, it's just a nice gesture now that it's the end of the year. So yeah, we're so excited to kick off with our concert and symphonic band. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Hello everyone, I'm Adriana Arias. I'm this year's concert band class rep. Our first song tonight will be Mary Poppins, which is a Disney classic, and I hope y'all enjoy.
Hello? Okay. Hi, my name is Caleb Barris. I play clarinet in Link Symphony and bass clarinet in concert band. And the next piece we have for you tonight is a West Side Story medley. Thank you.
Hello. Hi everyone, my name is Miles Jackson. I am the symphonic band sorcerer. I play bassoon for symphonic band and bass clarinet for Wind Symphony. Our next song is going to be some songs from La La Land by Justin Hurwitz and arranged by Michael Brown. Enjoy.
Hello. This last piece we're going to play for you tonight is Les Miserables. It will also be the last piece this band plays all year. Could we give them a round of applause for how hard they work? They can do something. So, please enjoy Les Miserables.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Good. Right. I was feeling a little left out. Everybody getting to talking. I didn't. So anyway, one thing I do want to say about this ensemble. They've come a long way this year. I say that all the time. But especially when it came to our state festival. If we go to state festival, it's always set up a little funny in Utah because they get all these bands that go to regional festivals all over the state, and then they just let a few of them onto the state level. It's a very select few that get to go. I think like something like I couldn't even tell you how many bands across the whole entire state there are, and then they accept like 40 something of them, and that's it. In our region, for our regional festival, there was only one second band that even made it on, and then we were one rating close to doing it. We were like the second highest. Like we were actually beating out other bands, first bands and second bands, which was pretty awesome. Like you don't see that very often. Yeah, we're just one judge away from pushing us onto state. And again, I told the kids a lot of that has to do with the fact that they have to select just a few of them now because you can't sing 70 or 80 bands on the state festival, or else that would last for a whole entire week. It already lasts 3 days as it is. So they've done extremely well above my expectations this year. To the point where this last piece that we're going to play, Les Mis, they actually have no business playing this at all. No business at all. When we got done with the other 3 pieces, was probably just a couple of weeks ago that we thought, that was maybe like 2 weeks ago, we thought, well, let's see if we can do this. And so the kids have put in a lot of work to make this happen. As a result, the wheels kind of fell off on the other pieces a little bit, and we've tried to put them together the best we can, but I can tell that they worked really hard on this because they wanted to do this. This is a grade 4. This is something that our wind symphony would play. It's quite lengthy, there's a lot to it, it's complicated, lots of different stuff in it, range stuff for instruments, so this has been a challenge for us, but I don't know, this might be the best one of the night. So here we go, here it is, Les Mis.
circumstance, though.
I'm not okay, but it's all gonna be alright.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they are painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I
Testing, 1, 2, 3, you. Hey, hi. Hello, everyone. This is the Wind Symphony, and I am Mr. Rosales. I am the director of percussion here at Harriman High School. Forgive me for my nerves. I haven't conducted this band since December of 23. I was about 6 or 7 pounds heavier, and I had a lot more hair, so it's gonna be great. This piece is Stormbreak by Jim Casellas. Jim Casellas is a very famous percussionist. His mallets are great. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag try and get sponsored. Innovative Percussion, if you're in the audience, hit me up. Anyway, so this piece is going to feature some of our concert percussionists that I've worked with since my first year here at Harriman. So I figured we sent them out with a bang, playing a really fun, really cool, really groovy piece. And the Wind Symphony was gracious enough to play the wind parts for this percussion ensemble piece. So these wonderful musicians are going to play Stormbreak by Jim Casellas.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kendra Nielsen, and I am our Wind Symphony rep. This next song we're going to play is going to probably sound very familiar to all of you because it is the highlight selection from Star Wars The Force Awakens, featuring music by John Williams, arranged by our very own Randy Delaney. Thanks so much for coming, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so next up we're going to be playing Victor's Tale from the Terminal. It is composed by John Williams and transcribed by Paul Lavender. It will feature a clarinet concerto by a member of our marching band staff, Nancy Delaney. We hope you enjoy.
Yeah, long time no see. Hi guys. That was an amazing performance, but now I am very, very excited to announce our last piece for actually a lot of us seniors. And before we begin, if you're a senior, can you please stand up just so we can. So yeah, over the past 3 years, it has not been an easy journey for all of us. However, we got here. We're here where we are, and found a band concert. And yeah, let me get on with it. I'm yapping too much. But our last piece tonight is King Kong, arranged by Jay Ocook. It's an amazing piece. And yeah, thank you for letting me serve as your band president. You guys do. And yeah, enjoy.
Okay, thank you for coming out tonight for our end of the year concert. I just quickly wanted to thank all of the seniors who are here. Number one, for sticking it out till the end. That's not always easy to do, and to make the commitment long term with marching band, concert band, and everything that we do, and winter drumline, and we do a lot at the high school level. So for them to stick it all the way out, all the way to the end, it should be commended, especially like all that has gone on here at the school with the band program and losing directors and transitions and all that stuff. It's never easy. So me, seniors, I want to thank you from the bottom of the heart for my heart for sticking this thing out, for giving me a chance and a shot and letting me make this happen. I greatly appreciate it because I know that isn't easy. I've come into programs before and kids are jumping ship and not sticking around, and that's always disappointing for me as a music educator. So thank you for being here, for doing this, for making great music, and for accepting me and my family and all that other stuff. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Just as a quick side note, with this group, just so you know, and you probably heard from your students, we were working really hard and spent a lot of time. We were trying to do the professional transcription of E.T. It's like the last 14 minutes of the movie, and if you know the movie and all the crazy music that's involved, it's very, very difficult. We put in a lot of time, and about 2 weeks ago, we kind of had to have an honest conversation. There's just some stuff that wasn't happening and working for us. So like the thing like with Star Wars, that's like 5 or 6 rehearsals to put that together, and then to come back to King Kong and Victor's Tale. That was all very kind of like last minute, like the last like 2 weeks, because we kind of thought we just didn't want to be a band that tried to do E.T. We really wanted to do it, and I think that's sometimes part of the gig is we work really, really hard and we put in all this effort. And I told them there's nothing wrong with trying to do something and trying to learn a piece and trying to get it down and doing things that you've never done before and trying to make that happen, even if we fall short of it. And that's part of the gig. I've done that in my own life, where I've gotten really close to something and not quite there and thought, okay, I gotta back off and do something else. So I think that was kind of a lesson for all of us to learn, is that we weren't quite there. But so for them to put this kind of all together in the last couple of weeks, they should be commended for that. And I know it's hard to give up on something that we were so close to, and it's just like we just knew we weren't quite there, weren't ready to do it. So anyway. So, thank you for coming tonight. The next event on our list is next Tuesday. We're going to have our band banquet. That is for everybody. We're doing kind of this combined thing for the first time with marching band, concert bands, and all that stuff. The kids just sent me a sign-up genius. We're going to make it a potluck and have a good time. I will send it out tonight.